I'll fight you. The source of wealth is filthy, but the source of poverty is very palatable. You don't understand? It's very
No,
neat.
it's
There's a way you can paint the dysfunction you went through, paint your insecurity and paint your lack, and build a moral pyramid around it. Due to home training, there's a way you have been trained to see rich people.
what is the curriculum of this home training? The more a kid is exposed to big things, the more he begins to desire those things, and the more you can start working towards those things.
If you are disciplinarian, you don't have to say it, will know. There's no award for being the strict parents. There's no award for being the parents that enters the house and every child is trembling.
How do you know when your discipline is now becoming abusive? Discipline is discipline if the child knows what it does, why what it did was wrong, and also after the discipline, he knows better and he cannot repeat that same thing again.
I actually know kids in my area then that how you know that daddy is around is by wailing and gnashing of teeth of the kid.
How do you explain you carrying the head of the child and gnashing it on the wall?
As a man, you are bringing your fiancé home to your parents, and let's say your mom is either sweeping or washing or cooking. One of their criteria to know whether the woman was well trained is to attempt to collect the broom or attempt to collect the clothes or the plate from you. Number one, I'm sorry, did I tell you that I came home with a domestic staff? Can you pick up your phone with either your father or your mother, the strict one, for 20 minutes?
Indirectly, there's even classism in this our so-called home training. Indecision itself is a decision.
We have lesser entrepreneurs because we have produced more kids in a dysfunctional background who are scared to take risks.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Against the Tide podcast, where we break tables and where we share the truth in its rawest form. Alright, so over the weeks we have been talking about some critical matters. We talked about Christianity as how that some people perceive it as a tool of oppression, and last week we talked about um, the limitations of an average Nigerian, the Nigerian mind. So today we want to talk about something a bit different from these topics, something that if you don't get right, definitely you are going to have a lot of problems as far as this world is concerned. So we want to talk about um, home training, quote unquote. Every culture, every tribe have the way they raise their kids,
Mhm.
and we even told that charity begins from home.
Yes, actually, yeah.
So meaning that the way you are brought up from home determine a lot to how far the way you are brought up from young determine the boundaries of your life, how far you can go or not. And even if you're going to break through from that boundary, it take a lot of mind renewal, right? So basically, I don't talk about home training, both the good and bad side of it. Because trust me, the reason why some of you are still where you are today is because of the limitations that were placed to you as a result of your home training. And some people, the reason why they are great today is also as a result of their home training. So meaning that this is like this is like two sides of a coin, the head and the tail. So so just where to follow us today and see where you are. Know the lead that has been placed upon you and how you can actually escape that actually. Yeah.
Okay, so looking at home training, I remember then, this thing can be this home training thing is as big as 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 cliche as broad as it sounds.
Yeah.
There was a time in my life that all it represented was just trauma
Violence.
and violence, especially if you grew up in an African home.
Yoruba for like especially the Yoruba tribe.
You know, where and if you are a very let me not rebellious. If you are a very stubborn child like I was, then where when
You go and receive a lot of spanking.
ah my God,
Spanking was the judgment. And when Bible says that spare the rod and spoil the child.
that's the only part that like that's like
Foolishness upon the heart of a kid.
oh my God.
And with the rod, you're going to chase this.
Many African parents
this
they don't know plenty scriptures, but
but they know that one with all of their heart.
they know that one they can cause that one better than John 3:16.
Spare the rod
And spoil
spoil the child.
how that you and your mother can go visit someone. We both want to visit the person, they will place food in front of the both of us, but you have to collect signal, but you have to collect clearance from the higher party before you can dig into the
Or
food.
else your eyes will see
Or else,
you see 10 things that day. Yeah. So for everybody basically that grew up not Gen Z kids oh. Gen Z kids, this
They
part,
met gentle
this
parenting.
part is not for you. If you are the first one and you are like 20 years old, this is not for you. If you are the first one, you are like 18, 15,
20 years old can still relate to an
maybe,
extent, maybe 18,
maybe
15.
small. But
Not like
if you are the
our
first born, you are 15 years old, this part of the day is not for you. You know those days. Okay, now let's for instance, your dad does not work where you are living, and let's say your dad comes on weekends. You don't know that that weekend is like
it's a weekend of judgment where everything, like where all your works from Monday
to
to
Friday,
Friday
just
shall be tested by fire.
and most times, most mothers are caring and they're gentle. But in their heart, they want to be punished, but they can't punish you by themselves.
Not because they don't have the strength.
Exactly, yeah, yeah.
They don't have-
Especially if the child is like a male, and like this child might be stronger in terms of physique than me. So what we did, they start noticing or jotting your punishment. Monday, Monday, maybe that day you went out to go and play football, and I came back by 9 p.m. Noted. On Tuesday, just to wash plates, you don't wash it. Noted. On Wednesday, you don't wash car. Like that. So they write everything down and note it down their memory
And all that has to
when
have,
that comes.
and all you need to trigger that one occurrence is just one tiny mistake.
That's
Once
just
daddy is around,
that's just it.
the moment you just make that one tiny mistake, trust me.
The now, some parents are even different in the sense that we do everything. They be like one day, your cup will be full, they don't do anything, right? Like you come home late, you will disobey them, they don't do anything. But that day that day of judgment, oh my god, they can unleash 3 months of wrongdoings and just put on you just one day.
And the
Bam.
another part is that children that the kids that are raised with that kind of uh, with that operating system, with that modus operandi,
Mhm.
what happens is that kids like that, when they start to engage in romantic relationships, they will have problem. They will have problem.
They won't be able to trust their partner.
No, no, let's even, not it's not necessarily trust, because you are used to, because what was modeled to you was bottle up, because
Offense.
bottle up offense, they now
Mm,
release it.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Bottle up
yeah.
offense, and guess what? If you try that in a romantic, because now that model, you can get away with that model if it's a boss apprentice,
Mm-hmm.
in a boss apprentice
But husband and wife
mother child. But when it comes to relationship where both sides are equals,
in age.
in no, not necessarily in age, like the
No, okay, equal in like because no hierarchy now because
uh,
husband and wife are not actually equal in
but at
hierarchy.
least it's not
But you
like,
get what I'm saying.
yeah, like when it gets to a relationship where it is not a boss daughter or anything.
Exactly. It's not a
when it
domineering relationship.
when it comes now, when it comes to a romantic relationship, or let's even say friendship, all those
Yes.
little things that has been formed due to the parents, due to
School
the wrong,
aspect.
exactly, due to the wrong modus operandi that has been modeled by the parents,
Yeah.
all those things will now begin to reflect
Yeah. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
in life. So those, do you know that this due to this home training, I know kids in my area. On the name of this home training, I actually know kids in my area then that, how you know that daddy is around is by wailing and gnashing of teeth of the kids.
Exactly. And that and even see even some parents that are actually okay. These kids now they don't know where like they don't know what extreme discipline is or when it starts to become an abuse. They don't know. And this issue of let's discipline kids, like my question is that where do you draw the line? Like how do you know when your discipline is now becoming abusive? How do you know when you are an abusive father? I did under the guise of let me discipline my kid, let me make sure it does not, because see, most kids will raise, especially those especially those that are maybe age 30, 25, like that. Most of them will raise under abusive parents. But this is that the parents did not even know that they are abusive.
And the kids, there's something called,
Because how do you explain you carrying the head of the child and gnashing it on the wall?
there's something
How,
called
like, how do you explain that?
Stockholm syndrome, and Stockholm syndrome is a condition where you have been under an oppressive system for a long time that you begin to fall in love with that
Yeah,
system.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
most kids, many African kids actually suffer from this thing.
Exactly.
Where you are saying that most parents don't know that is it. Most kids even become adults and now use that as a model.
That's the problem.
I went to man, I was speaking to a guy and he was saying that oh his dad was very hard and now he loves he was now describing like he was trying to reminisce on the horrors of the things that his dad did to
This
him.
will-
And deep down, and you could see the way he was saying that he was ailing the man as
Mhm.
and in my head I'm like, what the
You
like
you were abused all your life.
do you know that because of the kind of liberal
Liberation.
because of
Or
the
like
kind of
liberality.
liberalism that I enjoyed due to the fact that now I was raised by a single mother. Because of the kind of liberalism I enjoyed, many of my classmates thought I was spoilt. They saw me as spoilt. Not like I was flogged though,
Yeah, I
but
get
at
it.
least
I get
some
it. I get it. I
things,
get
like there are some things that maybe my mom will want to do that I'm like, oh, no, you can't do like this. It's something at least you have to prove, of which you now have to explain that okay, this is why I did this.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
can't, but they can't relate
Of course they
because
can't.
in their own
Because
homes,
nobody give them the chance to talk. It was just beaten down.
and guess what? Most of them now, and most of my classmates now that look like they grew up under the disciplinarian
Parents,
parents in
the hand we
quotes.
would. That's the problem.
You know,
But with, like, before we expand on that more, my question is that okay for young people now that will be parents in 5, 10 years that grew up under this experience, how do they know when they are crossing the line between discipline and abuse?
how did they
How,
see?
like, how do you know that this is no longer discipline? This
See,
is me abusing my child.
see. The thing is this. I believe one thing I believe is this. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
if okay, let me use this model. You notice that in school there were teachers that if you are on the assembly ground and the principal needs volunteer
Yeah,
on who will flog the who will who is going
flog the
to take the
students.
responsibility of flogging the students. They are happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, see, I believe one thing. One of the ways you know is can you pick up your phone? One thing I used to test many of them that ill the strictness of their father. Can you pick up your phone and gist it with that with either your father or your mother, that the strict one for 20 minutes. You are not reporting anybody to anybody.
Just like just normal
You know what I'm
talking.
saying? You can't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's not like you are reporting anybody to anybody.
yeah.
Just dialogue, proper dialogue, just gist for 20 minutes.
It's not possible.
Can you do it?
It's not possible.
I, I once attended a conference where the pastor, it was a church program, so they were trying to like talk about parenting and the likes.
Okay.
A pastor said in his home, he was talking about how dysfunctional his home was. That in his home there was cane in every corner of the house.
Imagine. That's an abusive parent. You can't tell me.
Like
That's an abusive parent.
there was like, let me finish. There was cane in every corner of the house. So, because the father didn't like having to, he didn't like the idea of going through the headache of looking for cane when you offend or
It's
when.
very easy, very, very accessible.
So whichever corner you commit that offense just picks the nearest available
And
cane
just
and just start the application. Now he now said something that struck me. He said now it takes a lot of summoning, it takes a lot of courage for him to go
and approaches that.
and visit his dad, not because he does not want to go and see him, but number one, why will I drive, like, because it was like, why will he drive hours to go and greet his dad, because to go and visit his dad when all they will do is just a caro. That's okay.
Good morning. How you
Good morning,
doing?
dad. How was work? How's everything? That's all. The next day, oh, good morning. Did you wake? Did you sleep when you wake up? That's all. Nothing else.
Imagine. Imagine. See, like me, I believe that. See, this the line of this thing is very, very like very thin. And if you're not careful, even our generation will still become the same example that they were trying to run away from. So see, this is very simple. Discipline is discipline if the child knows what it does, why what it did was wrong, and also after the discipline, he knows better and he cannot repeat that same thing again. If these conditions are not met, what you did was not discipline. Because discipline is correct. Discipline is corrective. Like discipline is meant to change your mindset, renew you, and make you better. So if after you have been disciplined, beaten excessively, and still the child does not, okay, now let's say for instance, child now met a stranger and they're like, okay, now let's say when they beating the child, somebody was hearing the child crying. Okay, come. And after the maybe the next day, the next that what's that? Okay, why was that even beating you yesterday? The thing is like, I do not know. It's just okay. I was watching a movie the other day. Now this guy was with his girlfriend, right? So few minutes later, when he left his girlfriend, the girlfriend died. Like the girl was mugged and she was killed. But when police were kind of their investigation, they now arrested the guy that is the prime suspect of the this thing, the that offense or that crime, whatever. So after a while, the show like that's why I had this guy in interrogation for hours, questioning him until this guy broke and actually confessed what he did not do. So when his lawyer will actually ask him that after why did you actually do this thing? Because this thing can actually damage you. He was like, when it was going on, he, um his dad was not around, right? So the mother married another person. So meaning that he stayed there actually raised him. And every night the step that we carry came, beat him for nothing. Every night for years like that. And after every beating, they will ask him that, do you know why you were beaten? The child will say yes, even though they didn't know. So by doing that, the girls already used to
Okay.
taking responsibility
For what
for
you did
what they
not do.
never do, right? So when he now so they now ask him that why did you do this? It was like growing up,
That's all I know how to do.
that's all I know how to do, taking responsibility for what I did not do. And that actually led him to almost living the rest of the life because murder is either death or life imprisonment,
Yeah.
right? So in essence, what I'm saying is that if you are disciplining kids, either okay, now let's say for instance, the child is trying to talk and you're beating the child did something like you never even ask the child to even tell you his intentions or the reasons behind his actions, and you beat the child. What you're doing is that the child it become like the child you don't know how to talk, like how to stand up for himself. And in life, if you can stand up for yourself, you can't go far. These are issues. And this is why you have many weak men in society today. Men that can't stand up for their wives. Because if you can stand up for yourself, if you can stand up for yourself, I can stand up for your wife and your children. It's not possible.
And you know that in a way, all in the name of this home training of a thing. Do you know that a lot of a lot of standards have been
Raised.
a lot of
Mm-hmm.
standards have been set all in the name of useless, no, all in the name of upholding
Discipline in the house. All the
this
stuff
home
going on.
training.
Yeah.
Now, for example, now look at it. Due to this dysfunctional belief of this dysfunctional idea of home training. Now, look at this. Let's say, as a man, you are bringing your fiancé home to your parents,
Yeah.
and let's say your mom is either sweeping or
Or
washing
cooking.
or washing plates or cooking.
Yeah.
The woman is expected to. So how one of their criterias,
The markers to
one
know
of the
whether you're well
markers
trained
to know whether the woman was well trained
is to collect
is to
the
attempt to
clothes.
collect the broom or attempt to collect the clothes or the plates from you. Number one, I'm sorry. I tell you that I came home with a domestic staff or my wife?
See these things, these legs are just for
Like
very funny.
I didn't come home with a domestic staff. Oh.
This is my wife.
This is my wife, and also this same thing too. This same thing too applies to the man. Although most likely due to the fact that men, I feel like we still get away with it because most times when the man is successful,
and it's
Yeah,
okay.
and it's okay.
Guy, like them, successful here means like you have money.
Like when the man died, well, many of all those standards they can bend it.
It can easily shake.
But in a way, there's still this subtle way of okay. Most especially if the guy is now struggling, if he's still trying to find his feet and he wants to marry, so there's this level of subservience that is
Yeah.
expected from him. Whereby maybe he goes to visit his prospective father-in-law and the man is washing his car. The man expects that he just comes and
And collect
collects,
the soap.
and guess what? And collect it for all these things. All these things. I used to see them as normal before. Like I used to see all those things as normal until one day I think I stumbled on a post where a guy was saying he said he went to visit one because he said he had a very rich friend.
Mhm.
So he went to visit them at home when he's yeah, I think and that's in his parents' house.
Mhm.
So after because they shared a meal, so after he finished eating, he went to the kitchen and washed his own plate. Just child.
Good boy.
He said as he told so as he finished washing the plate, he said the woman just laughed. The mother just laughed. Did that thing. I was like, that
That's to do all
there's
this
there's someone who has been assigned
for this role in the
for this
house.
role, but
It's
I
not
see what you
yours.
are doing. Like he said that day, he thought it was a compliment, but it was when he now got to one, I was thinking about that that what the woman was that another lie, what the woman was actually saying that I understand
You
this is how
trained.
you were trained.
Low key, the man is saying that I know that you don't come from much.
You don't come from
In
much.
your house, it sounds like watch plates,
Uh,
not you get.
mhm. So
And
see,
also this thing, I have issue with this thing with every out of my thing. Now let's say there's a family function, maybe a wedding or a name ceremony. It not be like, and the wife of this one should be the one washing the plate of the entire. I'm like, are you joking here? Like, how can 300 people come for a festival or a ceremony and eat and expect the wife of somebody to wash the entire plate?
no. Most time they don't. Now guess what? Most times actually, it's not actually what they pick the wives of the people that are still trying to find their feet. They pick like two or three of them.
To now come together, the wife of the poor ones in the house. Make it make sense. So indirectly, there's even classism in this our so-called
Home
home
tra-
training.
let's no let's bring another let's bring let's bring another loophole into the home training too. Um, look at what's the name? Well, when you are young, you see plenty parents who in the name of disciplinarian.
Mm-hmm.
One of because I myself I believe that in a way one in a way I could be wrong, but I feel like one of the ways to identify parents that have abusive tendencies is when those who call themselves disciplinarians. If you are a disciplinarian, you don't have to say it will know.
Exactly, exactly.
And it's not until you come with a whip
Before we know that
before you know that you're a
you are
disciplinarian. Now, what happened? Now, let me paint this scenario. Many of the disciplinarians, you notice that when their kids are young, when they are, let's say they come home with a pen that is not theirs, flog them.
very good.
Very good, that's very okay. They come with maybe you come home and see them taking sweets that you didn't buy for them,
Very
flog them. Very good. Now, these same disciplinarians, in quotes, so one way or the other, by permission or by omission, the child went to school, joined back due to peer pressure and the likes, is now an established Yahoo boy. And all of a sudden, let's say the child now just manages, he buys one Lexus RX 350 for daddy, and now looks for one small Toyota Highlander for mommy.
Hmm.
All of a sudden, if you go to church if you go to this mother churches very well, you notice this trend. All of a sudden, the same disciplinarian that was flogging the mother, sorry, that used to flog her kids for
Yeah.
coming home with a pen that is not ours, that will even come to church and be saying she does not. I don't take messages. I don't do this. Will be the same person that will be looking for pastors
I pray for a child.
to pray for a child that is now a Yahoo boy to get more clients.
Standards are shifting
So you don't understand. So the home training is dependent on
on the on how big the what's it called, like the outcome or the proceeds is.
Or
So meaning that if you came with 1,000 naira, that's not yours. They beat you.
they beat you because
Tough stealing. But tomorrow, if you come with $1 million,
see,
it's a lot of money. Oh.
let's not go far. Let's not go far. I have a cousin. I don't care. They are not online, so they can't see it. I have a cousin that is out of the country now, and is a working boy. If you understand what I mean,
Mm.
a working boy, a proper G guy,
An established working guy.
an established working guy.
That's
You know
nice.
what I mean. So now this guy, before he left for, before he went overseas, you know, he he has deceived every member of the family. He has a way of coding what he does. But as
Mm.
far as a guy that is
You
connected
will
to
know,
the
you will know,
streets,
you will know.
he
Yeah.
told my mom he was a networker and the likes. I was just laughing. Guess what? The parents are pastors and the likes, and he's sending money home
See now.
to now.
Actually, he might have repented.
Okay,
He might have made Jesus over there. So stop dropping to
stop. I stop your conclusion.
So these things actually, like, it has to be checked. And see, if you're watching this and you're just about to get married, right? Maybe you're planning to get married this year, or in the next 5, 10 years you get married. Please listen to what we are saying very, very carefully. Because we have raised kids, we have raised men that are not men. Because of how they were trained.
Sorry, look at, let me just bring in another angle from this home training. Due to home training, there's a way you have been trained to see rich people.
As easy people.
No, like, no, there's a way you have been trained to view abundance.
As see, let me tell you something. See, I believe most times because I'm sorry if in case because this might sound insensitive, but even myself, we are all part of this. See, there's a way that let's say you labored for years and you could not get something. You just assume that everybody that got this thing got it through a dating.
And you pass on, and all in the name of home training, you
You
pass
pass
on
that same
that dysfunctional
ideology
ideology
into your kids.
into your kids.
Now your kids receive this training innocently because you were all they had, right? And they grew up, pattern all their life thinking that to be rich is to be an evil person. And they even be quoting scripture that is easier for a camel to enter the eyes of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Now, most people thought that eye of a needle is like the literal eye of a needle.
But that's
They
a
were not
place.
aware that that needle eye is a
It's
place
a
in
place.
Jerusalem or the place where Jesus was saying that parable. You
See,
get?
see, the thing is this.
And we have used religion to actually bamboozle ourselves in thinking that that lack is God's will for us. Not me.
But you know how dangerous. But you know how dangerous this thing is. You see, how do I put it? Have you, have you, the moment, if you have, let's say you have a group of friends,
Mhm.
when you come home with someone who, let's say when they see you moving with someone who is in their social class,
Mhm.
they don't have a problem. Even though, like, all things being equal,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he
yeah.
behaves,
Yeah, yeah.
he behaves well
Mhm.
according to
Human standard.
their standard.
Yeah.
Now this same mannerism, put it in a rich man kids, you begin to hear warnings like, "Ma far away, don't compare yourself to him. Oh. Be careful. I should be more careful of the one
That's not.
that has nothing."
And see this now we're told that your network is your network. It's just your network is your network. That is just the prime. Like it's very, very correct. Now, these are parents, they don't know that the reason why they were not able to gather much was because nobody around them had much, right? And you that God now helps you and connected you to somebody that has abundant, even from your age 5, age 10, age 15. Instead of them to actually create situations that will make sure that you are well connected, create things that they be like, okay, this some experiences that the parents of the kids might not be able to offer that rich kid because of how busy they are. instead of them to get that experience, that at least be friends, be best friends with my kids, at least so that when two of you grow up, you can be able to connect my kids to proper places. But because of bitterness and anger, they find all means to disconnect you and that rich
No,
kid.
no, but see, and guess what? The disconnection, those ones are still very direct. You begin to, like, they are not.
No, the okay, yeah, that's true. And if some parents be like, there's one thing I eat in my life. They tell you that, let's for instance, now you just go and play in the house of that boy.
Mm.
Now be like, they not be like, when was last time that boy killed me? Like, what do you looking for here? Like, there's nothing can relate with in your house. You cannot laugh. Like, let me go there. Because there are things that me I want in my life. Because the more a kid is exposed to big things, the more begins to desire those things, and the more you can start working towards those things. But if all the child is exposed to are little things, the more the child will be kept under the bondage of those little things. Because all his life, sorry, you have never seen abundance.
You begin to say,
So how can you desire
like,
abundance?
that thing is very, like, a lot of, and guess what? And in their mind, they are teaching you, self-respect,
Modesty.
modesty.
This is
What modesty in what?
what is modesty in lack, sir?
What's modesty lack?
Even you deep down, you wish you are like that rich parent. You wish in your mind. What are we saying
You begin
here?
to hear proverbs like "Ìsàlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́gbin," the source of wealth is filthy. Okay, but
Filthy does not mean evil. Filthy means that you have to be able to do
get your hands
many
dirty.
things.
Get your hand. No, no, no,
Uh-uh.
no. I'll fight you. The source of wealth is filthy, but the source of poverty is very palatable. You don't understand? It's very
No,
neat. It's very, it's very,
I will not be there no matter what.
it's very neat.
I will not be
It's
there.
crazy. And all this in name of home training, home training. It's crazy. Yeah, like it's just very crazy. A lot of things that we have been,
I will not be
a
there.
lot of things that we have been like that we have been indoctrinated with, all in the name of home training, home training.
Yeah.
So, and okay, so now let's look at how. Okay, let's bring balance.
Yeah.
Let's bring balance to it. Now, home training is a must.
It's a must too.
That's the truth.
Even Bible says that train your kids in the way they should go.
Because
And when they go, they will not
they will
depart
not
from
back
it.
from it. That's one. And because number two, home training is a must, and like even those who say they are doing gentle parenting, it's still a form of home training.
Yeah.
Like it or
You
not,
know,
consciously or unconsciously, you are training your child.
it's a child that is given. Most times the word boss of how do we train? Because indecision itself is a decision.
Thank you.
That's just it.
However, home training. However, it is. I feel like it's a conscious. It's a conscious. It should be a conscious effort on the part of the parents to first go through what I call introspection.
Mm-hmm.
What so that you can sieve out, okay, is this, am I talking out of my insecurity? There's a way you can paint the dysfunction you went through. There's a way you can paint your insecurity and paint your lack and build a moral pyramid around it.
Yeah.
And make design your kids' life around that moral pyramid.
Exactly. You want to use your own insecurity to secure your
To
children.
secure your own children.
It can't work.
You know what I'm saying? So home training is a must.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the lack of adequate home training is the reason why there are a lot of useless podcasts out there.
Yes.
A lack of adequate home training is the reason why
The lack of home training is why a lady would think all abuse should be done, like should be paid
by
by a man just because the guy likes you.
You know what I'm saying?
Either there's no home training or the lady refused to take the training that she was offered. Either of the two.
You know what I'm saying now? So home training is not a problem.
Yeah.
Because people that have been listening since now will see this as I don't want them to see this as a past to be lascivious
Yeah.
with parenting. Because as much as I am not into dysfunction, I'm not into dysfunctional
Training.
training.
Mhm.
I also don't subscribe to the way the West train their kids.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course,
I don't subscribe to the way the West train their kids.
of course, of course.
There's a reason why there's a reason why the rainbow people can thrive there
Exactly.
because of
And
weak
also,
parents
is the reason why divorce rate too is on the high side over there.
over there.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying now?
yeah.
However, okay, a very good example are the Asians.
Mm.
They, you think we flog kids here?
Eh?
Oh my god.
Go and see, just go and watch any of the any of their movies. Especially their kung fu movies, where a master, because and actually those kids are actually the children of the master. Although like it's not biological, but in the mind of the master, they are his children. You get, but the way, oh my god,
You see discipline, and guess what? There's still love. You can
of
tell that
course,
like you can see from the master's point of POV that I love these people.
yeah.
You see, like you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Asian before because the but rather what I'm particular about is just that can we bring balance to it?
Exactly. And also, what is the curriculum of this home training?
One, and number two is what if you are going to discipline a child for anything? Can we have
Reason
a clear like a clear objective?
for this discipline? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you are flogging a child, is there a clear objective as to why you are flogging the child? I was listening to I think I was a sermon, I think a short clip by Apostle Aaron Osai where it was like Cain does not have wisdom.
Exactly. But it is you that you have
He
wisdom.
said, you are the one that has wisdom. He
Exactly.
said, so you unveil the wisdom first. So
Mm-hmm.
after you have unveiled the wisdom,
They now apply the
then you
equipment
translate the intensity of the wisdom
by the
by the
equipment.
equipment.
Exactly.
You get so even but the was not I think was not Apostle Selman that was saying it. He said the school he finished from, it was like when they want to beat you, when they want to flog you, they open scriptures. They open uh, they open to okay, what you have done, how it misaligns with scriptures. They take time
Explain to
to
you
explain it to you as to why the flogging
is necessary.
is necessary. They flog you, and after flogging you, you are required to say thank you.
And you see that in those institutions, flogging will not be every day. Because those kids know why what they are doing is wrong and they never do it again. That's just at least in most cases they will never repeat those things again in most cases.
So that's the thing. Nobody so please, in case you have been hearing what you are saying, I think we are against
Discipline.
discipline.
Not at all.
No,
We are disciplined people here.
no,
And this platform is a platform for disciplined minds. Not
no. So we flog here too.
100 as it
We
should be.
believe in flogging here.
100.
I will flog my kids. I
100.
don't care. I don't care.
100.
I don't care about the trend. My future
Very,
kids,
very, very important.
you go
They
receive
they even they know already. They
you
know
go receive floggings.
as it should be.
However, the motive from which the flogging is done, I'm not flogging them to be tagged the disciplinarian.
Exactly. Because there's no award for being the greatest disciplinary of your time.
There's no award for being the strict parents.
Exactly.
There's no award for being the parents that enters the house and every child is trembling.
Mm-mm. Not at all.
There's there's no award in unconsciously inculcating into your child values that will limit them. We have lesser entrepreneurs uh, because we have produced more kids in a dysfunctional background who are scared to take risks,
Exactly.
who are scared to take on anything because every time they make a mistake,
The way they were almost killed
they
for
were
it.
almost killed for it.
Exactly. And also, of course, as parents, like we have to be wise actually in dealing with kids. Because see, there are times that you have to indulge your children. That even though you give them an instruction not to do something, sometimes even though you know that they should do, let them do it. So that when the consequence of what they did happens, of course, I'm not saying that let your children go and rob somebody. Because if they arrest them, it's also a consequence. But things like okay, don't, which example can I use?
No, let me give you this simple analogy. There was something that happened. a woman was saying it that she, I think, at anytime she wants to cook, this
Mm-hmm.
electric cooker,
Okay.
that this it's more like hot plate but a
Okay. Okay.
bigger
Okay.
one.
Okay. Okay.
So it so every time the surface gets red, out of curiosity, the child always wants to.
Okay.
So she said one day she intentionally took the child's finger, just a
Mm-hmm.
tip, just touched that place. So the child
Exactly.
he reacted. Ever since then,
And by doing that, those kids will learn to trust you more.
mm-hmm,
They will know that if mom is asking me to do this thing,
they know that.
they know that at least even if at that point in time, maybe you're too tired to even explain why it is wrong. They do not they trust you until you have the strength to actually explain that this is why I have to do that thing yesterday. That's
So
just it.
so
And also parents, I know that sometimes the country can be frustrating and your work can maybe the day you went to work and you had losses. Don't come home and transfer aggression to your kids.
hmm,
Like why will you start beating your child because one day maybe your biggest client actually stop working with you, or maybe you had the bad day at office. Don't transfer their aggression into these innocent kids. Like
you know, on this
God sees you.
on this matter, there was a joke on Apollo made that it wasn't funny. Like it's not supposed to be funny, but at the same time it's very funny. He said there was a time that his mom,
Mhm,
I know it was a joke, I don't know how true it is. He said that if his mom is good, there was a time anytime his mom is going out,
mhm.
she just spanks them down. She was like, "Ah," and the child asked her, what did she do? She said, and she'll be like, yes, I know you're not doing anything now, but I know that by the time I go and come back, you would have done something. So I'm beating you in advance. In
Wow.
advance, I might be like, wow. So you are doing that here?
Mm,
So that's just so I believe in a nutshell, for the parents to, I feel like on the parent side is first, or for the upcoming parents, the little I will just say is first, heal from your past traumas.
yes.
One,
Yes.
number two, go through a deep. I feel like there's a deep level of introspection that is needed, where you can actually
Check yourself.
check, not just check, actually discern everything that you witnessed, everything that you have been through. Like, look, have a, I'll say, have a form of introspection where you can analyze, microanalyze everything that you can remember that your parents did to you, and you can look at it objectively, not with sentiment. Forget that you are trying to defend them. Look at it objectively
To know which is which.
to know which is which.
Mhm.
Is this coming out of insecurity? Is this insecurity, or is this training? You understand what I'm saying? So that you will not
Yeah.
pass nonsense, you will not
Over
pass
down to
the
the kids.
dysfunction over down to your kids.
Yeah.
And also to, let's say, to the teenagers and the young adults too. Once you begin to go, once you, I believe, once you are past 18, um what you were what how you were brought up is not so is no longer will no longer be sufficient for you to navigate life,
Yeah.
because your parents taught you what
What they knew.
they believe to be true
Mm-hmm.
at a particular point in time,
Yeah.
which means it might not be relevant in this day and age. One, and number two, because there's this belief that just because some a practice has been around for a long time does not, that it necessarily makes it
Right.
right. And no,
Yeah.
so I'll say that for the young adults, and for we young adults and teenagers, I'll say number one, understand that how you were brought up is not the peak. What your parents taught you is not the ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, I don't care who trained you. I don't care who trained you. What they taught you is not the ultimate.
Yeah. There's more.
There's more.
Yeah.
So expose yourself with an open mind. Be more open minded. So with introspection also comes exposure. Comes exposure. So try to expose yourself to realities, to other things, to other realities, other school of thoughts, other way of life. Expose yourself beyond your country, beyond the scope of your country. That's why I feel that's one advantage that I feel like going to universities and all these things
Just to you.
does to you.
Mm-hmm.
So try and do that so that in a way you can see the
Beyond
inconsistencies in the
your
way you were
local
brought up,
immediate family.
so that you will not recycle that dysfunction
Yeah,
to the next generation.
yeah.
So that's all I'll just say.
Yeah, and also as parents, I'll advise that even as you are training your children, train them from the standpoint of where you want them to be, not where
Mm-hmm.
you are at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because because I believe every parent wants their children to be better than them in one way or the other. Even in all areas, you want them to be better than you in your achievement, in your finances, in your way of life. You want them to be better, and you want them to have more influence than you have. So meaning that what you know or what you received may not be enough to pass down to these children. So you have to broaden your horizon. You have to get more knowledge, read more books, attend more seminars, like at least acquire more knowledge in actually building a curriculum for your children. So that you can gauge that if I can train my child this way, by the time this child is 18 or 20, it should be the child should be within this limit, or like okay, it should be within this scope in his life. And trust me, it is very much possible if you're intentional about training your kids. So stop looking at where you are, look far beyond where you are. So and this will actually determine the kind of school you send them to, determine the kind of friends that you allow them to move around with, and also like it even determine the kind of things you see around them. Because all these things are all come together to form the adult of tomorrow. So I believe whether you are a teenager listening to this, or whether you are a young adult listening to this, or whether you are a parent listening to this, like you know where you are at the moment and you know how to move forward, you know how to do better in reason. Because trust me, if you're going to have a better society or a better country or better Nigeria, it all begins from the quality of our families. If the show family is also taken care of, we always complain about bad leadership. Because the bad leader is also a bad man, a bad husband, a bad father. So I believe that with these few points of ours, we have been able to convince you and not convince you to raise your kids better than you were raised. Yeah. So till we come your way again next week, do well to like this video, share this video to your friends, all your friends that needs this. And also don't forget, most importantly, click the subscribe button
It doesn't bite.
and also drop a comment. Thank you very much and see you again next week. Shalom.